What's up, y'all? It's popping this D. About to react to this vid by Degenerocity. This is spousal support is a joke. I mean, it could be a joke. It depends on the situation, okay? Every situation is different. I do feel like in the case where, let's say a woman got married to a guy who was well off, and he told her, hey, you don't have to work. I want you to stay at home and take care of my kids. And she did that for several years and therefore does not have much work experience. And then, you know, he cheats on her or he decides he don't want to be with her no more. All right, bitch, go out there and figure it out. Go, you know, go try to get a job now after 10 years of not working and having these kids. In a case like that, I feel like he should provide some type of spousal support, you know? So it really just depends on the situation, okay? If she makes a good claim for spousal support, then I feel like, you know, she should receive it, of course, you know, within reasonable amounts. And the same for, you know, a guy. That could happen as well. The woman could be the breadwinner, and then the guy was at home chilling and not working. No, that doesn't happen as often as, you know, the former that I stated. But yeah, I mean, ultimately everybody should have their own money, but obviously that's not the case. But this is not my fucking business. I am not married. I don't plan on receiving or definitely not giving spousal support at all. So I don't really care, but I'm here for the, you know, laugh. So let's see what he got to say. Let's watch.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
In the last video I made like this, I talked about how much I hate children. And in this one, I'm going to talk about how much I hate marriage. Specifically the ending of one. And if you live in the US of A, your marriage will half likely end in failure. Maybe the love between you and your partner was no longer there. Maybe you found out they listen to Ice Spice. Maybe you found out they don't like the sugar frosted cookies. Whatever the reason may be, you are now filing for divorce. And when going through a divorce, it is court standard for each person to receive a 50-50 split. You know, so everything is balanced, everything is equal. See, this is where it's messed up. Divorce settlements / alimony is a joke. And I'm going to explain why in an uneducated way, but I did my research, kind of, and I'm very passionate about this. So listen, so the 50-50 system, garbage, because each person should just keep what's theirs and what they specifically own. Not one person has a little less than the other, so we should balance it out. Hell nah, you keep what you have. This goes for money, and this goes for material items. And in a situation, if they so happen to pay for a thing by splitting the bill, then they decide on their own who keeps it. I hate seeing quote-unquote 50-50 splits, where the person that owns and has most of the stuff gotta give up way more stuff than their ex to break. I got gum in my mouth. Gotta give up way more stuff than their ex to balance it out. This ain't no 50-50. This is an 80-20. They're taking my stuff, and I ain't getting squat. What part of that is equal? There should be no split. A divorce should be just like a breakup. Or I wish it was as simple as that. I know there's other factors that can go into this, like what if they brought a house together and both of them chipped in their money for it? But since they got a divorce, they gotta sell the house type shit. Then yeah, they both gotta get their money back. And even if the other person decides not to sell the house and live in it, then the ex that's not living in it should still get their money back. They chipped in for it. Mutual purchases deserve 50-50 split, not items that you brought on your own or your money. This is why prenups exist. But at the same time, I hate the fact that prenups exist. Because it shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing you have to sign before marriage for this not to happen. Prenups should just be default in the system. We shouldn't have to go through this in the first place. Why? Why do you want us to suffer? And moving on to money. The thing that makes or breaks a shallow relationship. And whenever it breaks one, you either went broke or they want yours for themselves. This leads to alimony, aka spousal support. Yuck, just hearing that makes my bowels shiver. Oh wait, no, never mind, I just shitted myself. You guys have already heard my opinion about this. Bitch, get a job! Good times. And has my opinion changed? Nope, I still think it's stupid. And unless it's the house example I said earlier, or another reason that I'm going to explain later, alimony should not be a thing. This should not be legal. Paying monthly for my ex to get back on their feet, to keep them financially stable. I'm not their dad. Just because he's not in their life doesn't doesn't mean I have to replace them. Nobody should pay their ex thousands, sometimes tens of thousands per month just because they were the breadwinner of the relationship. You're robbing me. But little D, what if you're the main source / only source of their income, or their job doesn't pay nearly as much as yours? So after you two get divorced, they'll have very little money left, possibly leaving them in debt, or worse. That's why we need alimony. Man, that sounds like a skill issue, bro. That sounds like a you problem. Don't make it mine. No, sir. Not me. You're an adult. You can take care of yourself. I mean, when you add a child in the mix, yeah, child support is needed, 100%. But if it's just you and me, and you want alimony, then hell no. You a grown up like me. Life is hard for everybody. It shouldn't be easier for you just because you suck my dick. Get another job. There's a ton of jobs out there that require no skill that makes more money than me. I've been Googling lately, stuff about alimony. And the stuff I see was outrageous. Like, let me show you. How long can alimony last? Alimony can last...
Yeah, that's
10 to 20 years. Paying for what? What am I paying for? This is not right. And in some instances, this could last until the ex remarries or dies. This is how O.J. Simpsons are made, man. For 20 years. How long does it take to get back on your feet? And if you married a house husband or a housewife, you're 100% paying alimony for them doing jack. This is a hard...
You shouldn't agree to that. You should have told them to get a job.
The only time I think alimony is acceptable is when you guys are literally business partners. Like, y'all run a business together, meaning y'all literally share the same income. In cases like that, yes, alimony is needed 100%. If that's both of y'all business, you both definitely need to split the income. That's why I understand Jeff Bezos' ex-wife getting alimony after the divorce, because she built up the company with him. She was the first and only accountant of Amazon during the time when they were doing operations in a garage. So yeah, she deserves alimony. But yeah, for cases that aren't business partners, or that house example I said earlier, or support for the child, alimony can suck my one cheek. It sucks. Not necessary. Get a job. I don't know what else to say. I didn't really use celebrity examples in this video because it's safe to assume that none of us will have to pay that extreme amount in our lifetime because we're not celebrities. Although I do think the amount that a lot of them have to pay is fucking hell. Like, what? Huh? No normal person would need this amount of money to stay financially stable. This is ridiculous. But the reason that people have to pay high amount of alimony is even worse. I remember asking my father a question like many years ago. You see, my daddy's a lawyer, you see, and he knows best about the law. And as a kid, I asked him, Dad, why does the wife take so much in a divorce? I asked that. I'm being serious. Even as a kid, I was fed up with this. And you know what he said? You don't know what he said, so I'm going to say it. They get paid a lot of money to keep the lifestyle they had when they were married. Now, I'm thinking about that answer. It gets me mad. Just because you were married to me and I provided an above average lifestyle that you contributed 0% financially to, and now after we split, I still owe you that lifestyle until you remarry or die? That doesn't sound right. That sounds like I'm drive up a cliff. And this is true too. Like, what he said was true. I actually Googled it. This is sad, bro. Sad. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted of alimony, and I'm exhausted of overpriced child support. I hate this. Even though I never paid for either my entire life, but every time I hear or see a case of unfair alimony / child support payments, it makes me feel like it's coming out of my wallet, the wallet of my heart. And the payments go both ways. Whether you're male or female, it don't matter. You make more money than your spouse, you paying them. I want alimony eliminated for all. And by posting this video, I'm hoping the government sees this video and say, you know what? He's right! And abolish it. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. But what do you think? Do you agree with me?
No, I don't agree. Well, in some cases. But here's the thing. I can't stand when men marry broke bitches and then cheat on them and divorce them or whatever the case, or they divorce, they got divorced because they were the cheaters. And then you want to complain. You married a brokey. That's what you decide to do. So don't play dumb now and be mad now. You knew this bitch didn't have no money. You knew she came from nothing. What the fuck she supposed to do? You told her, come in. You ain't got to work. You luring her in with money. You ain't got to work. Take care of my little baby kids. And then years down the line, you expect her to go and work at Walmart. What the fuck she supposed to do? You know she was broke. You know she didn't have no degree. She's struggling. What the fuck she supposed to do? In a case like that, it's like, you should pay. Obviously not millions of dollars a month and nothing stupid like that, but you should contribute to some degree. You can't take that many years away from someone's work experience and then be like, oh, bitch, go figure it out. Especially if you were at fault. That's a big, big component, because there are a lot of celebrity relationships that I hear about where the man cheated and then, he got divorced and then he got to pay all this alimony. And people, he shouldn't have to pay. Shut up. Yes, he should. Pay her broke ass. What are we talking about? Don't marry broke people. You don't have to worry about this. Marry somebody who has their own money and get you a good prenup. And we ain't got to worry about this. Get your ducks in a row beforehand, and then you ain't got to bitch and moan about it after the fact. But ultimately, I don't give a fuck, because this is not my situation. I'm not invested in what these people do with their money and how they got to pay niggas. So, that's my 2 cents. Y'all let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you've been watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.